What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Keeping It EPL. It's in the game. Joining me here, as always, is the salesman himself, Matthew Sells. What is going on, my friend?
I'm good. That was relatively interesting week 4, week
It
5, week 5.
week
We're
yeah,
already in the
match
week 5
match week
here.
5. Yeah, no, it was interesting.
We we
We
got
are
some.
seeing more draws now. We are seeing a lot more draws finally.
We are. We picked a correct one there with Nottingham Forest, who survived being down
I think we
a
both
man.
hit our draw of the week last week, so I
We
think
did, and the show draw
yeah,
hit.
we all three of our draws hit. So there you go.
Yeah,
How do we do on our picks? I think we were still plus money.
we were plus money. Um, we were plus $34.
Heck yeah.
Um, so we made a few more bets last week than normal, mainly because we split the Man City um, match, which obviously none of that hit.
Yeah, it's
Um,
crazy.
but the our draws hit, so that was pretty nice. Um, Cole Palmer anytime goal was a nice hit.
All three of our anytime, I think, hit, right? Ollie
I
Watkins hit,
think
Cole
so.
Palmer hit, and Mo Salah had his assist. I think all three of those
Correct.
hit. So
Correct. Yeah, they all hit. So we're up $34. So we'll start this week up a grand total of $168 for the season.
heck yeah. With
So
a
we'll
broom
see.
play. I love it. Hopefully you at home listening have been doing the same thing. But you're right. We did have a very interesting match week 5. Liverpool did their thing against Bournemouth. I think you just killed your cat.
Sorry for the
Uh,
background noise. My cat is under my desk. I'm trying to make sure she doesn't yank cables.
yeah, the
Um,
Spurs had a
yeah.
good game as well, 3-1. Chelsea, a big win. They're like kind of my winners of the weekend, and we'll talk about winners real quick. But Chelsea was one of my big winners, going into London Stadium and beating West Ham 3-0. Kind of the Chelsea team I kind of expected this year. Finally,
Yeah.
I know they had a 6-2 win over the Wolves earlier this season, but they looked
Although they lost the expected goals of that game. So,
they did.
there's that.
They look dominant in this game against, I think, is a really good West Ham team that hasn't gotten all together yet. So they're my big winners of the week. Who's your winner?
I'm going with Everton and Southampton for getting a point.
Okay, that's fair. Go. Yep. And we called the Everton draw, which
They are off the schneid. They're still in last, but they're off the schneid. They have 1 point.
I think
Gotta
that
start somewhere, though.
there are no more 0 pointers, right?
Correct. We'll talk about the other stat related with that here in a second. But that's my look. I think everybody else did basically what they were supposed to do. I know Forest survived being down 10 men on the road at Brighton. Shouldn't have been
Hmm.
down 10 men because that was just a weird reffing thing. We'll also talk about that. Um, Man City and Arsenal, did we expect anything other than basically a draw? I mean, I know we bet on Man City to win, but like as that game played out,
I'm
getting a draw is nice, but
really Arsenal almost pulled it off. The
I
win
can't give winner points for Man City for beating a team at home
or drawing,
or
yeah.
for drawing. Like,
A team at home down to 10 men in the second half, by the
you
way,
can't
too.
give loser points to Arsenal because they basically parked it for 48 minutes,
With a man
um,
down
a
and a
man
goal up.
down,
Yep.
and almost
So
got out of there with
a win.
3 points. So
Yeah. So
that one's kind of
incredible
a
game.
tough.
Incredible game.
Everybody else did what they were supposed to. Tottenham got back on the, looked good the way they were
Hmm.
supposed to all season. So
Okay.
my
Well,
winners are easy. They got the points.
the two teams that got the point, I
Yeah.
like that. And but I still think Southampton is way better than this, and it's going to eventually
Yep.
play out. I think so. Um, Live look at the table right now. Man City won only by 1 point over Liverpool. Aston Villa with a huge jump for the two big wins the last couple of weeks. Arsenal sits in fourth now at 11 points. Chelsea moved up to fifth. Big jump for them. Newcastle. Brighton has been moving down a little bit. They've had a couple straight draws. Nottingham Forest at eighth. Fulham ninth. Tottenham 10th. What are your thoughts on the top of the table?
I think there's still some more things to shake out there. I would like to
There
see
is
Tottenham.
a noticeable team missing from the top of the table.
There's a couple of them actually.
Yeah, one
Um,
in particular. Yeah.
yeah, one is I'll go with Man U in 11th is a little interesting, but West Ham being way down there
At 14. Yeah, they
is disappointing.
about 6 years ago, 6, 7 years ago, they were always battling the bottom. And then they started actually building a good team and
Yeah.
being competitive. And it looks like and they do have a good team and a good coach. They just can't get off the schneid right now. So hopefully they
Yeah.
turn it around because the Premier League is better when West Ham is in it. Obviously, for a lot of reasons, the fan base is very passionate. There's a movie based off of them called Green Street Hooligans, but
That's true.
hopefully they stay up. I think they'll be okay. But Man U at 11th, 7 points through 5 games.
Yeah.
Man U. How many hogs does he have left? He started with 10.
Little less now based on last week's 0-0
Is he
uh,
at minus hogs? Is
draw. I will say that it was a relatively exciting 0-0 draw. Both teams had chances, just didn't convert. Eze by himself
yeah.
had two that just he should have put in. Pulled an Ollie Watkins there from a couple of weeks
Hey,
ago.
he's redeemed himself twice now for us.
He has. So, but there's an interesting table. If you go to Opta Analysts, they have this expected Premier League table,
Mhm.
and the top three are the same. Man City, Liverpool, Villa are the same. Man U in the expected table, which takes into account, expected goals for, expected goals against, goal difference, and how that would change the outcomes of games, and then allots points to them, puts Man U fourth and Arsenal in 11th. So they basically swap spots, right? That's that's pretty interesting. I can't blame them though, because Arsenal has looked a little toothless in the attack
A
for
little
much
bit.
of the season.
Mhm.
Um, Chelsea is about where they're supposed to be. Nottingham Forest is about where they're supposed to be. Tottenham is expected to be fifth instead of 10th. So
Oh, look at that. Look how high Southampton is on this list.
yeah, Southampton is expected to be 12th, and they're actually 18th. So, it's giving credit to the teams that are putting out shots and shots on target and passes and possession. Because if you look at the top two in all of those categories, it's Southampton and Tottenham, and they have two of the three biggest jumps in this table. So that's pretty interesting to me. We'll see how it matches up there shortly. Um,
Here's the list real quick so everyone can kind of see what we're talking about if you're
but
not on
yeah,
the podcast. But it pretty much ranks them like this. It's kind
it's
of
pretty.
very interesting.
It is. West Ham is about where you'd expect them to be. Actually, they're doing better in real life than expected, apparently.
Yeah.
Uh, Wolves are doing worse, so there's that. But it is very interesting to see Man U and Arsenal basically purely swap spots.
Yeah. Both teams, like Arsenal, they're good, but they've had some injury issues.
They master the dark arts.
They do.
They do.
Uh,
So everybody accuses Arsenal of time wasting, right? And
yes.
they do that. But also on Opta, they had an article this week about the Man City Arsenal game. David Raya had 12 goal kicks. That's the goalkeeper for Arsenal, for those who may not realize, right?
Who, by the way, got man of the match.
He got man of the match. He had 12 goal kicks. It took him an average of about 45 seconds to play the ball for each of those goal kicks. That means by himself, he wasted about 9 minutes of a
Wow.
90-minute play time. Now, the play was actually in play for 109 minutes.
Yeah.
It's the second longest playtime match of the year. But anyway, Arsenal is just a master of the dark arts. That's why they irritate the bejesus out of people,
hmm
because they don't actually play. They just beat you with the clock and whatnot.
And then at the end of the game was interesting when Erling Howland goes up to Arteta and pats him on the back and says, "Be humble, huh? Be humble." And he was being sarcastic.
Yes,
And ex Man City player Gabriel Jesus did not take exception to that very kindly. And he
no,
got into Erlin's face. And when Erlin's mad, he really does look like a bad guy from the Die Hard movie.
he does. He really does. He like hulks it.
And
It's
he's huge, by the way. He's a big guy, and a lot of
he's
these
a large.
football players in England are small, a lot smaller, and he just towers over him. And then he looks at some 18-year-old kid who's talking and says, "I don't know who you are."
Yeah, he may have
Hilarious.
had an expletive in there.
Yeah, he's not likable,
No.
but yeah, he's the best player in the Premier League, and he's probably going to be the Golden Boot winner. And he didn't.
He also set
He
the
did get
record
another goal.
for fastest time, uh, to get to 10 goals
Yeah,
in the Premier
I
League.
think he has a goal in every game so far
He
this
has at
season
least one. He's gotten to 10 goals in 5 games, which beats his own record that he tied.
from last year. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Um, yeah, so I guess really quickly touching on losers, I'll go with West Ham. They had a home match. They have not looked good basically all season. Newcastle, I know Fulham gets a lot of points at home, but Newcastle looked like
yeah.
utter
They did not
garbage.
look good. That they were my loser. So
And then I will also go with reffing because that was terrible across the board
it was
all
bad for
weekend.
this weekend.
Um, the it was a ticky tack double yellow on Trossard there for kicking the ball away. It was less than a second between the time the ref blew the whistle and the time he
Hmm.
kicked it. So like processing time couldn't have happened in his brain. And Morgan Gibbs White gets sent off with a double yellow after the ref says he got the ball, then does the signal for he got the ball, and then without warning gives a yellow, which by the way could not have come from VAR because they cannot look at yellows. The only possible person that could have changed his mind was the fourth official, Anthony Taylor, who doesn't have the authority to overrule the ref on the field. So there's that. Um, and then also my loser is competitiveness because this is the first time ever that through the first 5 games of the season, there are 6 teams without a win.
Wow. One of them being Everton, of course.
Yes.
Southampton, the Wolves. Does Crystal Palace still not have a win?
Let's see. I can tell you right now. So we got
I
Wolves, Everton, Southampton, Ipswich, Crystal Palace, and Leicester.
wow. Wow. At least that's good news for Southampton. I'll be rooting for them to move up the table here. That's for sure. Also, Man United. 6 shots on target, 15 shots on goal, 0 goals, tying with Crystal Palace. It's obviously loser there. You want to go ahead and look into this week?
Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and do that there.
Now, I don't know how many props are out for players, but
I've seen some.
okay, I'm on odds checker and covers right now, so we'll see.
I went to Bet365 and I found some player prop.
Perfect. Okay, so you'll have to help me out on the props.
I
The
have
fir-
Salah's assist on there when we get there.
okay, and Ollie Watkins anytime goal.
Yes, and Duran.
And Durant. Yep.
Yes,
Okay. Um, I bet their odds are high now. Newcastle hosting Man City is the first game of the weekend.
yes.
It's the Saturday. Man City's favored on the road, minus 167, plus 350 for the draw. Newcastle plus 400. Now, with that being said, there are some games this week being played during the week.
Correct.
Um, in what is it? Which cup is it, man? There's so many freaking cups. But which cup is it? The
Well, I know Tottenham's
EFL,
playing
the
in
EFL Cup.
Europa.
You have the EPL Cup going this week,
Right.
and you have the Europa League going. Tottenham, Man United are in Europa.
Yes.
EPL is going to see Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, Man City, Leicester, and Aston Villa. And I think West Ham is playing Liverpool. So all of those Premier League teams will be playing in the midweek this week, which kind of like we saw last week with the Champions League, especially with the Arsenal Man City situation, it could get a little dicey.
Yes.
So they play today. Actually, they're playing today. Okay,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah,
playing
there's games
today.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, midweek for the uh cups and
So
tournaments.
when people are listening to this, they probably have already played.
Correct.
But go back and look at the game and say, okay, who started, who had the most minutes, who did they pull out? Because it has a lot to do with the weekend games, especially since the first game, early game, is Man City going to Newcastle, who just got embarrassed. Let's be
Correct.
real. So, what's your take on this one here?
I am starting off with a firecracker.
Uh-oh.
Newcastle to win.
No, I can't do that.
Yes.
To win.
To win. Couple reasons. One, they just got embarrassed, right? So they're gonna have we need a result here. They are better at home than they are on the road. St. James Park has been a safe haven for them the last few years. And more importantly, in the 21 games that Rodri has missed,
Oh yeah, we didn't mention that. Rodri is out for a while,
Rodri is out possibly for the rest of the season because it
and he's
looks like
not.
it's an
He's
ACL.
yeah. This is a
Rodri
great
has
stat.
been at Man City for 195 games.
Hmm.
He has missed 21. Man City without Rodri has 7 losses in those 23 or 21 games. They
Wow.
lose at a 1/3 clip.
How many draws?
1 draw.
Okay.
So they're either gonna win or they're gonna lose. And they're coming off of, a pretty tiring throw everything they possibly can to score against Arsenal type game. The emotions of that afterwards. Now they have not only were they the last game of the weekend, they also have to play a midweek game.
Hmm.
And now they play the first game of this weekend, and they don't have their key.
Who is their opponent in the they're playing a team I've never heard of.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
gonna
no,
be
no.
so
Yeah, they're playing Watford, so they've been up in the
mid.
Premier League before. Chelsea's
Yeah,
playing a team that I don't even know who they are.
yeah.
I can't
But
even
anyway,
tell
so
you.
I'm gonna go Newcastle to win
Okay. Well, should
plus
I hedge
125.
something the other way or what? I don't know. What's
I
the
have Holland anytime goal at minus 120
that's 2. This would be
and
the one. Okay, this
Isak anytime goal at plus 220.
last year this fixture went 3-2 Man City,
Yes.
so a lot of goals were scored. What's the over under here?
Something I did not like.
If it's 2.5, I'm taking over.
I don't think it was 2.5.
Even at 3.5, I'd be willing to go over.
I think it was, let me see. I think it was still like pretty decently negative.
For three and a half? Jeez.
Over 2.5 is minus 200.
Damn.
Over 3.5 was plus 124. Under
Plus
3.5 is minus 139.
what's the over 3.5?
Plus 120.
There you go. I'm picking that.
You think it's over 3.5?
I think there's gonna be 4 or more goals in this one. It went 5 last time in the same match.
Okay.
No Rodri.
So over 3.5 is plus 120. Okay.
Put it on there. Put it on there.
We will put it on there.
Yep. So what we want is Newcastle to win 3-2.
Yes.
Is that possible? I don't know. But
I'm
there
just
you
going
go.
to be bold here. Like, I've done this before. It didn't exactly work out with Southampton, but
Mhm. Be
these
bold.
are,
These early games after a lot, yeah, right, and a big injury. You're right. They're kind of trap games, so I
yeah.
do like it. Nottingham Forest, Fulham. The Nottingham Forest is the favorite at plus 135. Fulham away from home, plus 210. Draw plus 230. Oh, are you taking this as a?
I am taking this as my draw
I'm
of
gonna
the
say, let's just
of the
get down
week.
to it because I can tell you were looking at it. Yes,
Yeah,
this
it's my
this has
draw of the
draw
week.
written all over it.
Um, Again, I'm picking my team to draw. I did this last week. It seemed to work out.
What's I like the
Fulham
under
is
on this.
on the road, but Forest is missing a key piece in the midfield there with Morgan Gibbs White out because of the double yellow. Pretty silly one, but whatever. Um, so I'm going to take the draw. And by the way, the draw is going off at plus 240 right now. If you pick the score line to draw, you can get plus 330 on that.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
If you look at the winning margin,
Mm-hmm.
it says score draw, it's plus 330.
Oh man, under 2.5 is minus 115.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought about it too because the last 2 home matches for Forest have been 1-1.
let's just this has draw written all over it, or 1-0-0-0-1-1. Yeah.
By the way, I'm gonna take a Chris Wood anytime goal at plus 230.
Ooh, I do like that one.
And heads up, they are still offering, for some silly reason, Morgan Gibbs White anytime goal for this game. Do not bet it. He cannot play. He is out with a yellow.
So you're taking
Or
Chris
a
Wood
double yellow.
anytime and the draw. I'm okay with that. Put it on the board.
Correct. Also finishing up the Isak anytime goal for the first game at
Yes.
plus 220. And the Holland anytime goal at minus 120 because I put money in the back.
We'll see. We'll see. Also, we're going to be monitoring these players obviously during this week and seeing if they're healthy as well. We'll pull them off the board if they're hurt. Chelsea hosting Brighton, one of the surprise teams of the season, at Stamford Bridge. -147 Chelsea favorites, 320 draw. Brighton plus 340. This is one of those games I have a feeling is going to be a shootout. And what we've seen from Chelsea is when every time they have a very good game, they suck the next time.
They did. I mean, they beat Wolves 6-2, and then they were terrible the next game.
This game last year went 3-2 in favor of Chelsea, so a shootout that gave us 5 goals. Then away at Brighton that they won 2-1, and that gave us 3 goals. I am going over on the total in this one as my pick. This was like my pick over guaranteed.
Okay, over what?
I think it's 2.5, right?
The over 2.5.
I could see this game. I could see Chelsea crapping the bed and losing. I could see them having to come from behind and scoring 2 goals to tie it.
Yeah, over 2.5 is -190.
Ooh. Should we take the 3.5 on this one too?
The under 3.5 is -160. The over 3.5 is +140.
All right, give me over.
Over 3.5?
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of unders lately.
Okie dokie.
We're going over. I have a feeling this is going to be a 4,
So
5.
over 3.5.
So I have 2 over 3.5s right now. I'm getting crazy too. We've been doing a lot of unders lately. I'm going
over 3.5 +140. I have a bet here for Nicholas Jackson anytime goal at +175.
Man, I do like that. Nicholas Jackson, according to the XG ratings, is the second highest rated player in the Premier League through 5 weeks, only behind, of course, Erling Haaland.
Yeah.
Ollie Watkins ranked 3rd, and then Mohamed Salah and Luis Diaz right behind them. Chris Wood in the top 10 as well, by the way. I do really like that anytime goal for Nottingham.
Although, like, Fulham's weakness right now is kind of set piece.
Fulham's weakness is going away from home. Let's be real.
Yeah, but it's also, ironically, set piece defense, which is what Forrest's weakness has been. And Chris Wood shines if you can get the ball onto his giant Kiwi forehead. That ball is
he does have a big
more than likely going in the net. So we'll take.
I like it. Another matchup which has produced high scoring affairs. There's going to be a trend this week. Everything I said there's going to be a lot of goals. So yeah, it's good to have a lot of anytime goal scorers here. West Ham going to Brentford. Last time in this matchup went 3-2. Then at West Ham it went 4-2. So we saw 6 goals. 11 goals in the last 2 games between these two.
Yes.
So I'm looking at this again and going, both teams need a bounce back. Do we take the over again? I don't have a.
So
I can't tell you who's going to win.
I have 3 bets on this game.
Okay.
I have Brentford to win.
I like that.
Which is +125.
Mm-hmm.
Then I have Brentford to win by 1, which is +333.
Okay, take that. Yeah.
And then also at Bet365, there is an interesting mini same game parlay. The over 2.5 and both teams to score is -110.
Over 2.5 and both teams to score. Yeah, that's a guarantee. Put it on.
And it's -110.
I'm liking the over this week. That's going to be my trend, and I like the over this one. But I'd rather have both teams to score with the 2.5 than take the 3.5.
Agreed. That's kind of what I was thinking. Was like if you actually look at the line, it's not great odds, but if you kind of mini small game parlay it,
man, there's going to be a lot of goals scored this weekend. These matchups are juicy, man.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
And then Brentford to win by 1 because I do think it's still going to be a close, game, but that getting the extra little incentive.
11 goals in the last 2 matches between these teams.
Yeah. I was kind of thinking draw, but then if you look at it, they never draw.
No.
And somebody wins this game all the time.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting. Unfortunately, our high-scoring affairs are going to have to come to an end here because we got to talk about Everton hosting Crystal Palace.
Yeah, that puts the end of the party there.
These guys do have recent history, 1-1 and 3-2. So over a year ago, or about a year ago, they did have a high-scoring affair game, and it was not this fixture. It was the opposite fixture. But last year at Everton went 1-1 draw. I mean, this could easily be draw of the week for me. I have one. It's not this one, but we could. This has 1-1 written all
Yeah,
over it.
this is I also wrote this as draw of the week. Do you
Yeah,
want this to be the show draw of the week because we did so well with that last week?
a little bit of me though wants to pick Crystal Palace.
So okay. So I have an
I'm a
interesting.
little.
I'm
I'm
going to
a
say
little on the Palace side.
Everton to score first at plus 110.
Okay,
They have done it in
and
like
then
5
Crystal
of their
Palace to
last
win,
6.
and then
What?
Crystal Palace to win.
And then a draw. So I think Crystal Palace then score, and I have the under at 2.5 as plus 100.
Yeah, I like that. I don't, something tells me Crystal Palace is going to win this game. I don't
Okay.
know what it
Yep.
is, but
Okay.
I do
We'll put it
like
down.
Everton to score first is funny.
Well, they have though. If you
I know,
look at the way they're
it's
playing,
so true. So Everton to score first, and then Palace to score it last. Is that a thing we can do?
I mean, you could say Palace scores last. I don't know what the line is, but
I
you
know.
could theoretically
So
take
Everton
Palace.
scores first, and you like the draw. We could do a group draw, play it safe, but I think Crystal Palace finds a
Okay.
way to.
We'll take Crystal Palace winning at plus 160.
Crystal Palace has three draws and 2 losses. Everton has 4 losses and 1 draw.
Yeah. So we'll say Crystal Palace to win at plus 160.
And we were pretty high on Crystal Palace this year.
We were.
And they do have a good team, and they got a really good striking tandem there. So,
You want the over 2.5?
no, I'm not taking that. I'm not touching the total on this one. I just think
Over 2.5 is minus 110. Under 2.5 is plus 100. You want to hedge?
2.5, 2 yeah, let's hedge that.
So go $5 on each.
Yeah.
Because if you're taking CP to win, but Everton to score first, there's got to be.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, okay.
Yeah, hedge it down. Hedge it down.
Under 2.5.
I'm picking Crystal Palace to win this game, man.
Okay. So we'll put $5 on the under 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll put $5 on the over 2.5 because they're basically even money for both of them. So
yeah,
we'll just do that. Minus 110. There we go.
Okay.
There we go. See, that's how you hedge that's how you hedge an ugly game.
Yeah. Arsenal minus 667. Hosting Leicester City. Drop at plus 700. Obviously, Arsenal wins this game, I think, by 2 goals or more. That's kind of my pick. I
kind of like the Arsenal clean sheet line at minus 130.
Ooh, I do like that too. Yeah, put that on the board, especially that Raya's going to waste at least 10 minutes of game time.
I mean, Leicester's been good at scoring, but they haven't played a team with the defense of.
This one's easy, dude. Clean sheet. Arsenal wins by more than a goal and a half.
Yeah,
I think
what's the line on that?
I have it right
Arsenal
here.
by 2.
Yeah. Oh my god, it keeps on doing that to me. Why?
What is Arsenal by 2? Because
it's going to be 1.5. It's game odds.
Plus 300, I see, for Arsenal to win by 2.
Yep. Just take that. Is that by 2 or more, or just 2?
By 2.
So they have to win by 2 to hit that.
Yes.
I don't like that.
Okay, let's see if we can find a different
score
market here.
I don't like that. Here, I have it. I'm going to go to odds checker because my covers is going crazy.
Let's see. Team to score first. Correct.
Arsenal to win by 2. Yeah. Plus 300. Arsenal win by 1 goal. Arsenal win by 4 or more goals. Yeah, let's get crazy, Matt Sells. Arsenal win by 3 goals.
Happen.
I don't think they have the lines out yet here for the totals on the goals.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it from Bet365. They may have.
I don't see it on covers or odds checker.
Yeah, they have exact, but they don't have like the.
Yeah, they don't have the line here. It's normally you find those at Caesar. You'd find that at. Here we go. Oh. Yeah, they don't have lines out. Dang it. Well, when we get them, I would like 2 or more goals put in there. If it's a good, we'll talk about it. We could add it.
Ooh. No, not both teams to score.
No, we want a clean
Hey,
sheet and 2 or more
we
goals.
can get an over 2.5 and no to both teams to score at plus 220.
What? How does that work?
If Arsenal scores 3, if they beat them 3-0.
Yeah. And then can they get 4-0 too? And still hit?
Yeah, as long as the total is over 2.5.
2.5.
Yeah.
Dang.
Over 2.5 and no to both teams scoring. So Arsenal would keep a clean sheet and the total would be over 2.5 is plus 220. Or you can go under 2.5 and no to both teams scoring. So Arsenal keeps a clean sheet and only scores 1 or 2 goals, and it's plus 200.
Yeah, let's do clean sheet and over, what'd you say, 2.5?
Yeah.
That would be pretty much Arsenal winning by 3 or more, which I think is going to happen.
Yeah.
I
So
really
over
do
2.5. There we go.
feel this is going to be a blowout, including as the next game will also be
Over
a
2.5
blowout as well.
and no BTS. Then it's plus 220.
Okay.
With that.
Perfect. We'll run through this game quickly. Liverpool at Wolves. One player in particularly destroys the Wolves. He has his entire career. His name is Mo Salah. Let's go ahead and put the goal or assist back on the board.
Well, do you want the goal or assist, or do you want just the assist?
Let's see. He's dominated this team. Last year, this fixture went 3-1 Liverpool. Mo Salah had a goal and an assist.
Yeah,
Okay.
so if you look at the line for um goal and assist, or goal or assist, I should say,
It's going to be negative minus
is
stuff.
minus 150 for Salah.
Mhm.
If you look at over a half of an assist, it's plus 200.
The assist is more than it was last week.
Yes, according to Bet365, it is.
All right, play it. Give me another assist. I mean, he's constantly putting the ball in the box for Luis Diaz and Jota and
Yeah.
Nunez, and he's going to get it again. It's just too easy at plus 200.
Yeah,
Too
I
easy.
also found Liverpool clean sheet at plus 150.
I like that too. They are the leaders in clean sheets. They've only given up 1 goal yet this season.
Yeah,
So I
that
do
was
like that as well.
smart.
That was actually one of my picks, clean sheet and Salah assist.
So Wolves, Liverpool, yeah, that works. Because like betting these money lines is like terrible for this game. So
Yeah, they're not good. So I like the
no.
Salah assist and but would be interested to see what the Luis Diaz anytime goal or goal would be in
Oh,
this
I
one.
think I saw that. Let me see. So Mo Salah has an anytime goal of minus 105. Luis
Okay.
Diaz is anytime goal is plus 162 according to
So what
Bet365.
we could do is just because we have the Salah assist, then do the Diaz goal and could just pick it up in one swoop.
Oh, there you go.
Because
Let me
that's
see.
what they've been doing all year.
Yeah, let me see if we get a different line here.
They're literally 2 of the top 5 rated players in the Premier League because they keep on doing this every week. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
let me see all markets, player markets, anytime goal scorer. I see Diaz. We can get Diaz at plus 200 anytime goal on FanDuel.
Perfect. Let's just do that combo and see how it works.
Okay, so Salah over
Assist.
is
Yeah,
plus 200.
so 200 plus 200 to plus 200. We can get it on one kick,
Right.
right? And
And
a header. Or
Diaz anytime goal. I swear to God, it's going to be amazing if this hits.
dude, it's hit. That
It's
same
hit like
prop has hit.
7 times this year.
It's already hit multiple times. Yeah.
Liverpool clean sheet was also plus 150.
And obviously we think Liverpool's gonna win.
Yeah, I mean the line tells you that too, and
We
it's
got it.
pointless to bet the actual
While you're
line.
doing that, we'll go into the next one. This one will be quick. Aston Villa at Ipswich Town. I am not sure why the odds gods have given us this minus
Yeah,
116. I'm putting that down as my pick for this one
yeah,
for
Villa to
Aston Villa to
win.
win.
Yes,
And do we go back to the well again? Do we go back to the Watkins well again?
yes,
Okay. Ollie Watkins anytime goal. I'm going to keep it up. We're just going to keep on doing Ollie Watkins anytime and Erling Haaland anytime until it's doesn't hit, right?
Yeah, I
I
see
mean,
Ellie Watkins at plus 155,
yep, put it on.
and I have Duran at like plus 230. Let me see.
Oh yeah, do we take the Durant?
Plus 225. I'm taking both, to be
Yep.
honest,
Okay.
because Duran doesn't even have to start to score.
And if we're taking both goals, we could also say them to win by 2 goals or more. But those odds aren't out yet. But when they do come out, we could add that in there.
Well, let me see what we have for
I
winning
think
margin.
Villa's going to stop them. I mean, I'm being honest. I don't know why it's
I don't know
minus
why it's a
180.
minus 110 other than it's on the road, but that seems weird.
Yeah,
Villa to win by 2 goals is plus 450 according to FanDuel and Bet365.
but I want 2 goals or more. So we'll wait till those come out.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to that one because I think we're all square there. Manchester United hosting Tottenham, the matchup of the week. There is a game on Monday. We'll get to that real quickly before we end, but it's not as exciting as this one. This is the matchup of the week. Man United hosting Tottenham Hotspur. What's your play here?
I have Tottenham winning.
You have Tottenham winning.
I have Tottenham to win at plus 190. I have Tottenham to win by 1 at plus 410.
I like that. I do like that. I think Man United really need a push. I really think they're going to play tougher than we've seen. A little unlucky in the draw against Crystal Palace last week. I could see this being a draw too. But you like Tottenham, huh?
I do, but then again, I'm a Tottenham fan, so take that with a grain of salt.
I kind of like this to. Oh man, the more I look at this, I kind of like this to be my draw of the week.
Okay, so I'm going to take Tottenham to win. You can take you can take the draw. You want this to be your draw?
I'm gonna switch it. Make this my draw. This will be my draw of the week. I have to. It's just too juicy.
Okay.
It's just last year in this fixture, it drew 2-2. Then they had a 2-0
So what's
win
the
with Tottenham.
draw?
2-2 draw. So they've drawn 2-2 in 2 of the last 3 matches they played.
The draw is what, plus 300?
I just left it. Give me a second. It is plus 280. Unless you could find.
I got better at Caesars at plus 300.
Perfect. Plus 300 for my draw of the week.
There you go.
And I don't want to get any goal scorers or anything because Man United is in such terrible form.
To win by 1.
Yeah. Just throw that in there.
Because that's plus 410.
And that's going to be my draw of the week. Although I really like this next one to be draw of the week. So maybe we make this the show draw of the week.
We haven't called the show draw yet, have we?
It's going to be this one because we have Monday Night Football in the Premier League. It's a doozy. Bournemouth hosting Southampton.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of this game other than I think Southampton finally makes sense of all their possession, and
I could see them winning this, but they're on the road. I could also see this being a straight 2-2 draw.
Yes.
Looking at their head-to-head here, oh man, they did not score a lot of goals. They haven't. Well, okay. Last year they played each other once. I'm not sure if it was in the Premier League. Yeah, it was in the Premier League at the end because they went down and then came back up. Bournemouth won 1-0. Then Southampton won 1-0 before that.
Yeah. The draw is plus 340, it looks like.
You want to put this down for a draw and under?
A draw and under? Yeah, what do you want the under to be?
Under 2.5.
Under 2.5. Okay, let's see.
So a draw either 1-0 or a draw either 0-0 or 1-1.
The under 2.5 is plus 150.
I like that.
Okay.
Because we've done a lot of overs, a lot of high scoring games. I don't think this will be one of those.
Nope. I agree.
Plus, looking at the form of these teams, not a lot of goals.
Correct.
So I like that. Okay. I think we did it. We ran through all of the games here.
Yep.
Went over everything we need to know. The big injury to Rodri, obviously. We'll see how that works. Pay attention to the cup games and the Europa this week to make sure that no one's hurt. Before making your picks, I'll be doing the same. And we'll see if we can have another plus week. Matthew Sells, any last words? Besides go Tottenham?
I mean, go Tottenham, go Forest. I know I picked Forest to draw, but
And I picked Tottenham to draw.
Enjoy match week 6.
666, the number of the beast. From Keeping It EPL, I'm Ralph Stats, Matt Sells. Good luck on your bets. We'll see you next week. Enjoy match week 6. See ya.